How do you define success?
My definition of success is across the board. If you're not ripped, if you're not rich, if you ain't rare, if you don't stand out, if you ain't across the board successful, it doesn't mean fucking shit to me. If you got straight tits and you're in your Rolls Royce, you look like a fucking clown to me. I'm just laughing at your dumb fucking ass. But this is the whole fucking point. You have a weakness. Change it, motherfucker. How the fuck are you going to lead people if you don't realize your weakness is their way out? They're not going to listen to you. You're sitting there possessing shit that they don't want to have. So, I mean, this is what people say. Oh, it's not about the money. It's about family, Wes. It's about this, about that. Motherfucker, when you're making money, it's about the money. When it's family, it's about family. When you're at the gym, it's about muscle. Whatever you're doing, it's about that. There's no black and white life. It's the gray area. You have to be good at everything. That's the goal, to really excel in every area. You don't get to have an opinion if it's not an option for you. You don't get to say my chick's BBL and her fake tits aren't for you. You couldn't get her, you dumb motherfucker. You got a goddamn 3. And that's the worst thing about these motherfuckers. They try to give you relationship advice. Motherfucker, you got a borderline Miami 2. That's like a fucking Mississippi 6. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Don't give me relationship advice to my 10 when you got a 2, motherfucker. Shut up. But this whole thing. People don't think I'm going to put the measuring stick to their motherfucking face. They better just watch what they say around a motherfucker who's beating them in every area. You better have a bad bitch. You better be ripped. You better fucking be rolling some sick shit. That's what I like. I grew up hustling. There's be rims on my goddamn Phantom. Go out front. That ain't normal Phantom. That's a Mansory Phantom. I don't have the normal shit. Fuck that. Chicks got upgrades. Done.
Well said, Wes. God damn, with the fire.
So this guy sounds like the new Andrew Tate, or what people think Andrew Tate sounds like. So, I kind of agree with him a little bit when he's saying that you should not take relationship advice from women that, treat you like shit. You shouldn't take workout advice from people who had dad bods or something. You shouldn't take money advice from people who don't have their finances together. Their credit looks like crap. I completely understand that part. But the fact that he's measuring a man's success based on if he's rich or not, if he's got a bad B or whatever, that's really not what makes a man successful. I mean, honestly, not everyone is called to be successful, be rich. And most people get rich by being entrepreneurs or starting your own business or something like that. So there's not a lot of people who are called to do that. There's not a lot of people who want to put in that kind of work, but they are still successful in their own way. His definition of success is a bit skewed in my opinion, because if you have a bad woman on your arm, okay, she's a baddie, she's hot and all that stuff. She's maybe an 8, 9, or 10 or something, but what is her mental state like? Is she actually someone who wants to be with you long term for who you are and not just for your money? Because you have a lot of women out here who are chasing a man just for his money, or chasing a man on his arm just because he can provide this high value, high end lifestyle, but she really don't want to be with that guy. She just selling herself to the highest bidder. This whole just being ripped and rare stuff. Yeah, you need to exercise. Yes, you need to be able to stand out. You need to have some skills. You need to have some leadership qualities. You need to have some confidence, intelligence, and assertiveness. Yes, you need to have those things, but to say that you have to be rich, you have to have a bad woman on your arm, no, that's not what makes a man successful.
My definition of success will probably be far different than everybody else's on the panel. I'll probably maybe be the lone dissenter, but my definition of success is having a family, having children, and being part of the apparatus of the world. And true wealth is a rejection of materialism. As Christ said himself, what good does it benefit a man to gain the entire world at the cost of his soul?
Woo!
And essentially, when I think of wealth, I think of materialism. It's okay to have materialism. It's not against Christian ethics to become rich, become wealthy. But I just think it's all beside the point, ultimately. You're trying to go for a single thing, and it's to achieve something greater than
money.
The person.
Does he have money?
Real quick, it goes to saying that the love of money is the root of evil. Not really having money, but the fact that you love it so much that it's in the core of who you are. That is what you chase. You're chasing money, not the fact that you want to have it, but the fact that you love it so much. That is the root of all evil. That is basically what he is saying here when he's saying that it's okay to have your stuff. It's okay to have those material things, but that is not what defines you as being successful. Really having relationships defines you being successful. having a woman on your arm who is your ride or die, having your kids who love you, having relations with your family, with people around you who actually want to be there for you for the long run, not just for what you can do for them. Yes, that is a great definition of what makes a man successful, because yes, anybody can build wealth by themselves, but it takes a family to build generational wealth. It takes a family to pass something down to the next generation so they don't have to start from scratch like some of us did, like I know I did. So a guy who is very well off in his own right, he's got his bad B, he's got his money and all that. Okay, that's cool, but you can't take that to the grave with you. When you die, when you leave this earth, that's not how people are going to remember you by. They're going to remember you by the relationships that you have. And when you pass away, when you get sick, guess what? That young hot thing on your arm, she's going to sell herself to the next highest bidder. She's not going to be with you in the hospital. She's not going to be next to you when you bedridden, when you sick and you need someone to nurse you back to health. Hell no. She's going to go off to the next sucker that's going to take care of her and all that. And so that's why it's so dangerous to tell men that you have to be rich, you have to have a bad woman on your arm. No, you have to have family, you have to have relationships. And yes, you should be following some things that are related to the word of God. You may not be a Christian, but if you are chasing money, you are chasing the root of evil. You're chasing these materialistic things. You can use them as a resource, but that should not be your sole purpose in this world.
Do you have money?
No, I don't have.
How much money do you have?
I don't
Does he
have
have
money. But here's the thing. Why is money valuable?
Do you have money?
What is money valuable for?
I'm just asking. Do you have money?
I just said no. I'm broke. I'm a nobody.
No, but really, you are?
Yeah.
Is he really broke?
Yeah.
I just want to know. I have to know.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of these rich guys. I don't have a Bugatti. I don't have a Lambo. I don't have a Ferrari. I just really have to know. Like, how much money you got? Probably the $5 in my pocket. Not much more.
Why are you pocket watching this man? Why are you asking him how much money he has? That's not something men do. We don't really ask another man how much money he has and continue to ask and press about it. That's something a woman would normally do. She would try to find out how much money you make and what you got in your bank account and all this other kind of stuff. Men don't really ask other men how much money you have.
I have a family. I take care of an entire family. That takes a lot of money.
He's doing all right.
Okay. If you don't have money, you can't say it's not all about money.
Yeah, why not?
But if he does have money, he can say that.
Why not? Why can't you say it? Why must you have the thing before you hang on, let me ask the question.
Because hypothetical is hypocritical.
How do you even know what I was going to say before I've even been allowed to ask the question? I know what you're going to say. Then what was I going to say?
You're going to say, why can't you ask the question?
Okay, so that's not what I was going to say. What I was going to say is, how come if I don't have X thing, because I don't value X thing, does that mean X thing is actually valuable?
You've never experienced it, so you can't speak about it.
You think that I haven't experienced wealth?
I was asking if you did.
Even poor people experience days of wealth.
That's like some of these football players, basketball players, athletes. They make tons of money, tens of hundreds of millions of dollars throughout their career, and yet they end up filing for bankruptcy, 3 to 5 years after retirement. We just heard a story about Antonio Brown. It just came out how he just filed for bankruptcy. He's made like well over $200 million in his career, and now he's filing for bankruptcy. How many stories have you heard of people who have made tons of millions of dollars in a very short amount of time, but they don't know how to manage it correctly? They don't know how to invest that money. They don't know how to put it to the side for retirement or for a rainy day fund or invest it into stocks or whatever. They just spend. They taking care of, their mama, their sister, their cousin, their brother. They taking care of all these people, and they are just draining their pockets month over month, year over year, and suddenly they are broke because they're not bringing in that same kind of amount of money that they once were, and they're spending all but not bringing nearly as much in. So that's what he means by a poor man today can experience wealth before, because he once had wealth, but he spent it all, probably on material things, probably on the Lambo, probably on the Bugatti, probably on going to trips to Dubai or whatever, and now he is dead broke because he did not manage his money properly.
The lowest lows and the highest highs.
Well, what's the distinction? After you make X amount, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if you look at these studies done on this, it does not.
I don't fit no fucking studies.
It does not hugely improve a person's life.
Are you proud of who the fuck you are?
Why don't you even let me
proud? If you look in the mirror, would you guys say this motherfucker's proud of who the fuck he is? That's a bag of trash, dude. Pull your fucking shirt off and tell me you're fucking proud of yourself.
Because I've been to fucking prison?
Jesus Christ,
because
look
I've been
at
to
you,
prison?
bro. You got 10-inch arms and tits. Men don't have tits.
No, they go to prison.
Now you get your ass
Hold on,
beat
hold
in
on,
front
You
of
think that
everybody.
that's better?
Guys,
You think that that's better?
So he is getting up, trying to intimidate him, talking about how he's got man boobs, he's got 10-inch arms, and I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm better than you. I'm going to stand up. He's not really answering the question. He's not even having a debate. Honestly, he's kind of using a bit of sign language here by insulting this man and making him and shaming him into him not working out into this dad body he has. And because this dude, he's built, he's worked out, he's got all this muscle and stuff. He's just going to use that to try to intimidate him, to try to change the level of the conversation. No, have an intellectual debate and answer the damn question. You don't have to get up and try to intimidate this guy. Just answer a freaking question. Have a man-to-man conversation. Have a debate. You don't have to get up and threaten to beat his ass. Like, come on now.
Let's let him give his definition of success. And then
Having tits and 10-inch arms is what a
let's-
man is,
let's
you
let him-
guys.
let's let him get
Please
his-
don't listen to that.
Wes, let's let him get his thing out, and then
We can have different opinions.
yeah.
Titties,
Anyway, back to where I was at.
boobs.
Yeah. Okay. Prison. But anyway, if you want,
Fuck yeah.
if you want to follow the successful model.
Yeah, successful guys don't do any kind of prison time. You have people who are, rags to riches kind of stories, but folks that have gone to prison for something, you didn't just go there by accident. You didn't just knock on the door and ask to stay there. No, your ass was sent there by the freaking police or by the government, by whoever, because you do the crime, you do the time. So yeah, guys who are successful, they don't go to prison. You may have resurrected in some kind of way, but the fact that he just threw prison up, and he can't argue this point. He cannot argue the fact that he went to prison. So he's trying to just shame him by saying he's got a dad bod, he's got man boobs and all that. It's, oh my God, dude.
I do think that a rejection of materialism is something missing in society, and I do think that true wealth is the family, is having a wife. That is what I think it is, and that is what I think truly success is being able to go home and look your family in the face and know that you're doing everything you can to support them. That's
And then
what
when
I
you
think
go to the
success
beach
is.
with your family, they're like, there's my stud dad right there standing there.
Do you have-
that stud right there with his shirt off?
Do you have children?
Look at that
Do
stud.
you have children?
I do have children.
How many?
I have 2.
Are you saying that your Bugatti and your money and everything
If
else
they
is
saw me
worth more
standing
than your
there, they'd be
children?
like, my dad's a superhero. Look what he brought to the table. Look how hard this guy works. He came from nothing to this.
Yeah.
He works. God damn it.
You're still whining. Stop whining
that
and
is
just
a
make an
product.
argument.
Dude, I'll smack your fat ass.
So you're gonna attack.
Straight
You're gonna
up.
attack me.
All right.
Oh my God. He is the dude sitting down. He's not even flinched by him. He is just shooting all these kind of intellectual insults to him. And this guy, he's like just meathead. He can't even put up an arguable point across. He's just talking about how he's going to just beat his ass. He's just talking about how he's got this man bod and all this other kind of stuff. He's got this dad bod and all that. But the guy sitting down made a very good point. You have kids. You have a wife at home. Let me ask y'all a question. What is easier to get? Riches, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of dollars, or have a wife who is your ride or die, who y'all are going to stay married to death do you part, who you have your kids with, your 2 kids, you have a family. What is harder to get? A family, a wife who you're going to stay with, or you're going to get riches? Because once you get the money, it's very hard to find a wife who really wants you for who you are, who is going to be with you in sickness and health, for rich for poor, till death do you part. Because a lot of these women out here, they see you with the money, they see you with the Rolls Royce, they see you with the Bugatti, and they just want a lifestyle because they know that you can provide that for them. But when you have nothing, when you are starting from ground zero and you built your way up with your wife, she was there from the jump. She was shooting with you in the gym. She was the one that was by your side, and she will continue to be there for you from your rags to your riches, and she will reap all the benefits, and she truly loves you for who you are. And this guy said he's got 2 kids with his wife, so these kids kids, they see their father work from nothing, paying off debt, going to work and all that, coming home, spending time with his kids, teaching them how to be a man, and seeing their father grow all these years, and now they have such a strong family unit. They might be debt free. He's doing pretty well for himself, and he's just taking care of his family like a grown damn man does. This freaking meathead right here, he said he has 2 kids. I guarantee you they probably from 2 different women. He's probably on some child support. He's probably sees his kids every other weekend, if that, maybe a couple times in summer. He's probably one of these dudes that are so focused on getting their money that they ignore their kids, they ignore their family, they ignore, even neglect their responsibility of taking care of their kids. He probably just sends a child support check just because he got some money. So he wants to sit here and insult this dude simply because he is a family man, simply because he has a different definition of what it means to be successful. He didn't talk about his money. He just said, I have a wife and a family that loves me, that adores me, that's been with me from Jump Street, and that will be my ride or die. Yes, it's cool to have money, but that is not the end all be all. That is all he's saying. But he don't need to get up and freaking insult him like this. Come on now.
Himself.
Okay,
I've never seen such a pathetic motherfucker.
Okay,
Let's chill out a little bit, man. A little bit.
This is not what men look like.
Let's let him
What do they
finish
look
his
like?
point.
Fucking shit.
What do they look like? Bald prisoners? Is that what they look like?
This is the problem in society. Is people like this think they could talk to someone like me like that. They really think they can. He knows he wouldn't do shit about it, and that's the problem.
I mean, you're the one who got hostile for having a difference of opinion.
Right.
We can
We can move on, but Jesus
yeah.
Christ, men don't have tits. We can agree on that. Physically,
Men usually have hair. We can agree on that, too.
He has crossed over gender barriers.
So that's his whole argument, is just to shame this dude because he's got a man bod and talk about his body and talk about how he doesn't have money. That's it? That's all you got? Just a bunch of insults? You can't have an intellectual conversation. You can't even have a debate. You can't even answer a simple freaking question when he is asking you, what does a man look like? It's just ridiculous. Anyway, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this conversation right here. What do you think is a definition of a successful man? Is it money? Is it women? Is it the cars? Is it the house? Is it the trips or whatever? Or is it surrounded by relationships? Is it having a wife and the kids or something like that? Is it having a strong family foundation that you can pass down to the next generation, and they can pass it down to the next generation after that? What do y'all think is the true definition of success for a man? Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.